but the ceiling was pretty rad in the 90s.
Oh, that was all the rage back then. That what do they call that? Eggshell?
Popcorn.
Popcorn?
Popcorn.
Oh yeah, that is popcorn. I was thinking eggshell's different. It's kind of spiky.
Is it?
Yeah, it's you do that. You.
Oh yeah, that's the yeah.
Popcorn's like they went.
They're just shot
a load of lumpy paint on the ceiling.
Cottage cheese ceiling.
It does kind of look like the things we think about. Well, hey guys, what's going on here? River Sullivan coming at you right here, right now. Pre-recorded for your live listening pleasure yet again with another episode of Season 3 of This Evening Tonight. And I'm your host, River Sullivan.
The one and only.
And with me here yet again, as always, the bread and butter staple himself, the silver fox of those sultry sipping, swishings, and swillings of coffee. My friend and hetero life mate. Yo!
All right.
Haven't done one of those in a while where I got to scream your name, you know.
Yeah, you kind of fell off from that.
Yeah, I mean, we tried to grow up a little bit, but, you know.
It just ain't working
2020 is not growing up either, so fuck it. So, what kind of coffee here do we have? You don't know, but you know what it tastes like. Fall.
Tastes like fall and Ugg boots.
And leggings and North Face poof jackets. Because this week, guys, we are drinking another one of Player One Coffee's Coffee Lab specials. Their specialty blend, the Pumpkin Spice Edition. That's right. Get your basic bitch on. So according to them, the delicious pumpkin and spice flavored coffee that will have you tuckered out under warm cinnamon and nutmeg blanket in no time. Now, the thing I like about this on the bag, it's a South American blend. Their cupping notes section listed as basic bitch pumpkin and spice with the obligatory cinnamon and nutmeg ya. Right there on the box, but
Well spoken, Neebs. Well spoken.
This wasn't Neebs.
Oh, that's right. Player One. My bad.
Damn. Oh, smell that though. Since we got the grinder, we're ordering whole bean now, and they actually small batch. Yeah. That smells like sex.
There's a way to get my mask to smell like this. Walk around all day smelling pumpkin spice.
I think they make a pumpkin spice mask. But yep, yet again, guys, we will include a link in the description below for the coffee. Also, big news for us. We have been picked up on Amazon. We have been picked up on Tunein. And also, we've been getting picked up on other, I don't know where, but we're being hosted by other podcast host sites.
All right.
Because I took a look at our numbers yesterday, and you know how we were like 30 or 25 short of the 1,000 mark?
Yes.
We kind of surpassed that.
By how much?
A lot.
When you say a lot.
Some stuff happened, and I don't know how it happened or why it happened, and I'm not complaining, but I'm going to pull up our analytics right here. So on the 30th of September, we're getting like, 5 streams in a day. And I was like, oh, that's not a bad day. Then the next day, 35 on October 1st. I'm like, oh, okay, that's pretty good. October 2nd, 45. I was like, oh, shit, hey, we're moving up. October 3rd, 87. And then as of right now, today, as of October 4th, at time of recording, we're at 46.
Wow.
I don't know what's going on. But I'm happy with it. And we are, okay, so this is also shout out to not only our local listeners in the Appalachian, West Virginia area, not only the United States, but the other countries that are actually listening to this show.
Always forget about our international.
Well, right now, America is number 1 with the highest streams. Number 2, second place right now is France.
Vive la France.
Vive la France. And then following just 2 downloads behind them, Germany. Okay.
Mein Brot.
Guten Tag. Okay, let's see here. The following one, 4th place, the Netherlands. These are all in the double digits, too. Except for the U.S., we're in triple digits with there, so I'm very happy with that.
Awesome.
The Netherlands, yeah.
I don't know. It's the numbers.
The UK, we got UK in there. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. These These statistics are in the last 7 days. Okay, let me pull up the all-time. Okay, there we go. That's much better. I'm sorry. Vive la France. You're no longer in second place. United States is at 1,069 streams with over, well, right around 500 listeners. Germany is actually second. 17 listeners and 31 downloads. France, you are number 3 in the all-time high. Followed by the Netherlands, the UK. We got a few in Australia, Canada, Hungary, one guy in Sweden, and one fella in Japan. Konnichiwa.
It's probably some random dude on a Navy base.
I'm fine with it. Hey, look, I didn't think this show would go anywhere outside of like me and you and like our local group of friends. I thought it was just going to be just a hobby.
Just a thing.
Just a thing. But we've been doing this now. This show has been around since January 13th of 2020. The show was born of the firestorm that is 2020.
we rose out of that
like a phoenix. Just a coffee-soaked, just acidy spitting, bloodshot, red-eyed.
This is entertainment now, America.
Phoenix.
You're welcome.
We are here for you guys, and we're here to bitch up a storm and be right there with you. But again, for all those countries, not just here in the homeland, thank you guys so much.
We love
like
y'all.
we always say when we say thanks for stopping by, thanks for tuning in. I really mean that. It's not just a catchy thing. But I don't know what's going on. Like I said, I don't know what we're doing right. We missed an upload. Like we have a gap in uploads from a week, and we're still getting numbers. So we will have another episode coming up. By the time this one comes up, you guys are already gonna moot point. Delete that. There'll already be stuff out. So I have been giving some serious consideration, though, looking at YouTube. Now, let me see here, because the analytics from YouTube are different since we're still carrying through them. Like, there's only 47 subscribers on the YouTube site. Let's see if we can look at, there's analytics and
Did
stuff.
we have any Aussies on there?
Yes, 3.
God bless them.
Yeah.
They're fun guys.
I just bought some soap made in Australia today. I don't know what it's called, but it had cedar wood on it, so I was very happy.
You know, I've had the fortune of working around a lot of different nationalities, mainly in the defense realm.
Man, look at that. Okay, so YouTube, we've only had 1,267 views total.
Huh.
And that's YouTube. It's internet. It's worldwide, depending on your country, if they allow such things.
But Australians have the most unique sense of humor I think I've ever seen.
Yeah?
They're hilarious dudes. So one of them told me, like, their big thing is when the American military goes over, they love to mess with them. So, like, what they do when they go out in the field and they're like, you have all these U.S. lieutenants out there trying to stake a campsite somewhere, they have a term called hoop snakes, which
I already like where this is going.
is a totally imaginary creature. But, since everybody's afraid of Australia and the many deadly animals.
They got those huntsman spiders, man.
Right.
They can suck my dong. Not the spiders, like figure of speech. I used to want to live in Australia, and then I saw them damn spiders. No thanks. Kudos to the Australians for putting up with that.
So these hoop snakes, the story they tell them is like, well, they're these snakes that what they'll do is they'll bite their own tail and just roll down the hills, drop out of trees, and so you got to put your tent away from any trees, but you don't want to be way out in the open, So they're constantly going around in circles trying to find a place to put their camp, their shelter, whatever. The other one was drop bears, like bears that just randomly drop out of the trees.
What is this, Skyrim?
Total mythical creatures, but they just love to mess with Americans.
That's like us in snipe hunting.
That's exactly what it's like.
Oh, man, there was somebody, I'm trying to remember, it was somebody we worked with that I got him, like, convinced to go snipe hunting. And they're like, oh, hell yeah, man.
Really?
I'm just trying to blend in. I'm, trying to be one with y'all, man. I'm like, okay. We'll take you snipe hunting. Just bring me, we got to get that paper bag full of peanuts. And, you got to do it at night. But, yeah, man, oh, God, looking at all the other countries that listen, like the UK, there's a good story for you. Guy I served with was stationed over there. I want to say it was Lakenheath.
Mendenhall, maybe? Mendenhall, maybe?
Mendenhall.
Well, I think there's more than one.
Yeah, it might have been Lakenheath. I want to say Lakenheath, but I'm not sure. Oh, fuck. Google.
Internet, tell me what to think. There's some pretty funny dudes, dude.
Milden, yeah, Lakenheath. Because there's Mildenhall and Lakenheath. But anyway, a buddy of mine was stationed over there at Lakenheath, and they had a huge problem with these jackrabbits. Some kind of rabbit. But they were like massive. Like when I was down in San Antonio for at Lackland Air Force Base for basic, we had these giant 30-pound rabbits that just were everywhere, just thousands of them. And they're protected wildlife, so you can't really kill them. Well, apparently over there on the base in the UK, they were trying to they sprayed the grass with something that was supposed to kind of not kill them or neutralize them, but kind of, neuter them. Just kind of keep them from breeding. They fucked up the formula.
And it became highly flammable.
No, what ended up happening apparently was it blinded all the rabbits. It turned their eyes into gel and their eyes melted out of their heads. So they look like these demonic, just blind bunny rabbits. So they have like the Autobahns over there and everything where you could just speed or, whatever speed. Also, I could be wrong on Autobahns. I thought it was just Germany, but maybe they have them there. I'm going off the story that my buddy that was there told me. So apparently he drove a little Mini Cooper, but he had the little roll bar, the little bumper push bar put on the front. Had a little
brush guard.
Yeah, brush guard. Yeah, that thing. Had the off-road lights put on there and everything. And so there's just hundreds of rabbits laying on the highway. And he just takes off and just starts plowing as many as he can. So he's hit probably, he said, 2-3 dozen of these guys. And Mini Cooper's not very big. So these things are just exploding across the hood, the windshield, everything. There's just carcass and ass and blood and spit and shit from these rabbits smeared all over this Mini Cooper. The guy pulls up to the main gate. As he rolls down the window, he said the weather's dripping and the window acted like a squeegee. So it just squeegeed the blood and it just rolled down that driver's side door as he rolled up to the gate guard to produce his ID. He said he handed the guy his ID and he's just like, because the engine was so hot it was cooking the rabbit and all the blood and everything that made the gate guards throw up. And he's like, have a good day. They're like, what's your fucking car, sir? Oh, good stories.
Once again, military intelligence right there. Sometimes I wonder how we even win wars.
Because of stuff like that. I mean, my MS was always, we're never where we're supposed to be. And anytime one of us gets shot at, we just all shoot in the same direction with an overwhelming volume of fire.
I've heard this before. I've read this in books. That was one of our former international competitors. And I'm talking about the Soviet Union. Probably Germany, too, back in World War II. One of the most frustrating things for them was the fact that we were so unpredictable.
Yeah.
We don't follow our field manuals.
So
we just make it up as we go along.
Oh, yeah.
I can totally believe that. Doing it live is always the best plan.
Are we talking about the show right now or?
Life in general.
Yeah.
So I know we're trying to stay a show of positivity and be uplifting to the general public, but we're going to address our leadership situation right now.
No, I think it's doing a pretty good job of.
No. I'm not criticizing or whatever. I'm talking about just the fact that Donny got the COVID.
Oh yeah. That is an update news. Hell, by the time this comes out, he'll probably be over it.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, some people are speculating. They say it's a political ploy to take attention off X, Y, and Z, which gives him sympathy votes. Or, the dude might just actually have it. But, that's not for me. I'm not a doctor, so.
Sorry, I didn't mean to take us down that rabbit hole.
No, that's fine. I try to watch two different sides of the news. If you go to Fox News for the conservatives, I'm also going to look at CNN for the more liberal sides.
Did he actually was he asymptomatic or did he?
Apparently he did have some shortness of breath.
Well,
At one point, originally, they stated that he was on oxygen right before they flew him to Walter Reed.
Okay. See, I didn't know it got to that point. I thought he was just kind of.
Yeah, I saw it on TV there. I looked over it and I was like, oh, look at that. Marine One's parked in the front yard. And they were like, yeah, they're flying him to Lakenheath.
Lakenheath?
Or not, God, yeah.
Walter Reed.
They're flying him to Walter Reed, yeah, to go get looked at. They said out of an abundance of caution, which I'd imagine if you're the president, then yeah.
Yeah.
It's always going to be an abundance of caution. They also said they gave him some experimental drug. was called like Regeneron. Yeah, I don't know. It sounds like he's either going to come out with superpowers.
Is it the same stuff that's in French fries?
I don't know. Yeah, he did say that. He did say that McDonald's French fries are what kept all of his hair in place. I mean, it is the same color.
I mean,
It
we're
is
all laughing, but he might know something.
It's a golden brown hair that he has. He says he also doesn't spray tan. So that's all natural. Like, guys, don't misconstrue this. We're not shitting on any candidate or anything, because here's the thing. As ourselves, veterans, when we serve, or like Scott actually still is serving. When I served, though, in my active time, I didn't have the luxury really of having an opinion about who my commander-in-chief was. You took the oath, you swore to uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States and follow the orders of your commander-in-chief. Okay? But that goes to, a certain extent. Like if commander-in-chief, I don't care who it is at the time, tells me to go commit some egregious crime against humanity, then yeah, per the UCMJ, you're not even authorized to do that. They call it an immoral order.
Geneva Conventions. Well, my thought process on that was always, when you take that oath, not only do you swear to that, you swear to uphold the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. So that's the caveat to that.
Yeah.
But either way, this is, we're doing all around, nonpartisan. Where am I going with this?
Well, I mean, like I say,
yeah, we're cracking on everybody right now.
Yeah,
we
are, because here's the thing. Let's say I voted for one person, right? Let's say I voted for the current president, right? And he didn't win. Just like, what was it, the last election? Okay, I'll use this as an example. And what was it? Obama in his second term, who did he run against? Mitt Romney, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I voted for Romney. I have more conservative-leaning values, and I agreed more with his policies. Not because I don't like the guy, not because automatically I'm a racist, because he's white, and Obama was not white. No. So Romney lost, and Obama won his re-election. And do you know what I did? I went, okay, yep, the guy I voted for lost. Let's see what you can do in this 4 years. Because I still have, even though I'm not in the military anymore, I still have that base level respect as a military service member for my commander-in-chief. It's just like, you might have some officer that you don't like, that you can't stand, but you respect the rank. You don't have to respect the man, but you respect that rank in their office and their purpose and their duty.
I mean, we're going to complain about whoever it is regardless.
Yeah, I mean, either one of them right now. Hell, you just look at how those last debates went. I'm going to complain, like, on both of them. Like, what the fuck? You're supposed to be the leader of the free world, and you're competitioning for leader of the free world, and you're both acting like children.
Yeah, it was entertaining at first, but then it put my brain into seizures.
Yeah, I did play the drinking game with that. It was horrible. I had not drank that much in a while.
You probably needed it just to get through it.
I did, and then I slept like a baby. And by baby, I mean I woke up screaming and crying, shit my pants.
On to something positive. I don't have anything, but let's come up with something.
Cajun Navy.
Nah, we're going to get through this, folks.
No, absolutely, because
we're going to be all right.
Look, I don't care who you're voting for. I don't care who you support as your candidate. But at the end of the day, as long as you're a decent person, you're always going to have something coming from us. As long as you're a human, a person, I don't care what you identify as either, as long as you want to treat others the way you want to be treated.
Preach. And
not attack them for just believing differently than you are. Everybody wants to preach about tolerance, but when anybody disagrees on anything, it's automatically, you're the enemy and you're a piece of shit and, let's fight. Again, I don't care who you vote for. I don't. Because I just try to stay in my lane, respect my own opinions, inside my own head. That's why I try not to throw anything political out there on my social media or anything like that.
Like I always said, if we just look out for each other, care about our fellow man, I think we'll be all right.
Mm-hmm.
You done anything cool?
Well, I did just finish up doing all the exterior lighting of the house in solar. did some garage floodlights, and they are, holy crap, fantastic. I didn't know solar had come such a long way. I know that we talked about solar roadways before. Were you on that episode? Or was it? Okay. I was trying to remember if it was you or Martin.
It might. I think you might have had.
Navy Wayne was on that episode as well.
Yeah.
I don't know, but so it got me looking from the solar lighting and everything into eventually doing the solar panels. Well, there's a company down in West Virginia.
Solar Holler?
Solar Holler.
I've looked at their site as well.
I sent them my information so they can send me a packet.
I've been waiting to pull the trigger on that for a while, too.
I want to know what it's going to cost, because if we can offset our power, I mean, just going to the exterior lights, especially on the garage, because we had that giant-ass, old-fashioned dusk till dawn light that you could cook a chicken on, to two little floods that I paid $40 for that screwed right in there, and tested them out last night, and they're fantastic. So if we can offset that even more to running everything inside the house off solar, and I've even looked into some wind turbines that you can get off Amazon, and they're doable. They're within a price range. The turbine is
solid 10.
Yeah. Well, I think this is how they get you, because you can get a turbine that is like, ooh, this will do 3,000 watts. I'm like, oh, damn, that's, my generator will do 5,000, but that runs off gas. I said, if I can pull 3,000 watts in just off the wind, hell yeah. But it's like, oh, $187. I'm like, hell, that's all right. But then you got to get all the circuitry for it. What is it? Your battery bank, your voltage regulators, everything that it is that you're going to need for that to help regulate the charge so it doesn't overcharge batteries and explode or undercharge them. So you have to be able to tend the batteries and then transport the electricity efficiently, because, again, with the giant wind farms, that is the biggest downfall, because nobody wants one in their backyard. They lose 97% of the energy that they produce in the transfer.
Which kind of makes it pointless.
I mean, you're still getting 3% of free power with a skyscraper-sized fan.
I mean, I'm not against it.
I mean, I don't know what that 3% is, though. I mean, that 3% could be like, 1.21 gigawatts. It's like a bolt of lightning, Marty McFly.
I think the key with those, like you said, is regulating the power and having enough storage capacity, because the wind isn't always there. Solar isn't always there. When it's pulling in the power, you got to get it while it's good, if that makes sense, and store it. Which, I've looked at Tesla's power walls, and they look...
they're very clean, very clean looking. And probably all that is a shell, because inside of that is a battery bank with a voltage regulator.
Right. And
that was for their solar roofing they do, which looks cleaner than hell.
Mm-hmm. So it's kind of pricey, it looks like.
But I know if we do it in 2020, if we convert to solar, you get a 26% tax credit. Like back in 2010, it was like 30%, and now they're slowly coming down. They said in 2022, it'll be like 10% tax credit.
You got to get the getting's good, I reckon.
Yeah, of course, they could just be blowing smoke up my ass to get me to buy one.
They might renew it.
I don't know, it's been weird just because, like I have more of a, I'm a moderate, independent with more conservative values. And she's pretty middle of the road, but she's more liberal. And I call her the hippie because she's into the all-natural, like, cleaning agents and stuff like that. Me, I love to wake up in the morning to the smell of Clorox bleach. Like, it's just, like, delicious to me. And, the smell. Yeah,
when you smell the scent of Clorox lingering in the air in your house, what's the first thing you think it smells like?
Clean.
There you go.
I'm just like, oh, yeah, it smells clean. Yeah, that's the stuff.
We're so sanitary
Heavy
right now.
Industrial chemicals. But no, like, I've started swapping over, my body wash, for one. I got rid of body wash. Don't use it anymore. Instead, good plug, I've been using Duke Cannon's products. We are not sponsored by Duke Cannon, by the way, which I really wish they would, because I love it. And also, yes, in the season of fall, in the spirit of fall, I purchased the Duke Cannon Basic-Ass Pumpkin Spice Latte Soap.
I ain't mad at you.
And it is fantastic. You smelled the box, man. Like, it's... Oh, God. And it's one of those giant 10-ounce bricks of soap, and this thing, like, it's going to last at least a month or two. Because you put it inside the scrub, which is like a nylon version of the box, which is a scrubber. You just throw the soap in there, you just load it up, and then just scrub your body with it. But I really love how they embraced, like, the marketing for Duke Cannon I really love, because they're a veteran-owned company, and a portion of their proceeds do go to benefit veterans. It doesn't really say how much and where, but my God, the marketing, like the stuff that they write, just looking on the box, it says possibly artisanal. Handcrafted by underutilized third shift plant labor. Produced in small batches to test sales viability. Like, look, we know it's a money grab. We're admitting it. But, just the descriptions that they do on every one of their products I love, because I swapped over from that, my body wash for their soap. I swapped over my shampoo for it's a hockey puck, the soap, the shampoo puck, which is supposed to last like 5 bottles worth of shampoo. And it looks, literally, it's like a black hockey puck made out of this shampoo soap. Get in the shower, get your hand wet, rub it a little bit, and then rub it on your hair. Lathers up like crazy.
You changing, man.
I am. But here's the thing,
joking.
like, it's not just because of like the hippie. I care about the environment, but not that much to just change it just because of the environment. Like, this is doing more for me, for my body. Like, when I scrubbed down with it, I felt that clean. Like, I just I haven't felt using body wash because there's so many detergents and other God knows what's in it.
You're so fancy now.
I know, I'm bougier than hell, and I love it.
No, I ain't mad at you. I like some pumpkin spice. Speaking of that, I mean, you know what kind of coffee drinker I am, right?
Black.
Hard and black
in
mass amounts.
Like your man.
But, whatever. But I ain't ashamed to admit I'm a big fan of fall.
Mm-hmm.
And I like me some pumpkin spice.
Oh, man, look, as I sit here in my cardigan, drinking my pumpkin spice coffee, talking about my pumpkin spice latte soap, usually cracked in front of a fireplace.
I am that weirdo at Hobby Lobby, sniffing all of the fall fragrances of candles. Going, oh.
I went today to the grocery store. We needed dishwasher detergent. So I go to the store and I get that, and I'm like, I get a couple of those, and I'm just kind of putting through the aisles because I know I shop like most guys do. I know what I want, and I just get in there and go and get it, and then, pop smoke, get out. So I get there, get my detergent, walking up the same aisle with all the soaps and stuff, and I look, and there's like these artisanal hand-cut Australian soaps, and it just like, I look, one is this cedarwood. I was like, oh, 2 for $5.
See, they know the key words.
Oh, yeah. They know how to appeal to the men. Cedarwood, balsa wood,
Now that I'm thinking about it, back when I was at school, like I bought something that was like some body wash, I think it might have been cedarwood or something like that, like pine needles.
Oh, yeah. Dude, like I swapped over shaving soap. I don't use Barbasol anymore. I got an actual shave soap. And it's a sandalwood, like all natural argan oils and beeswax and shit to shave with, because Barbasol I always got razor bumps with, and I use this stuff, and I actually got the Badger brush and the little bowl that you got to put hot water in there and make the lather and then slap it on your face. The best shaves I've had in my life. Like, my skin is so smooth right now. The old lady loves it, says I feel like glass. And I love how it smells. Like, it just smells like you just came in covered in sandalwood sawdust. Told her, I said, what's it like to make sweet love to a muscular bearded lumberjack?
It puts the lather on its face.
She's like, I wouldn't know. I'm like, oh, yeah, thanks.
You should try that sometime if you haven't already. Just go to whatever like craft store you find yourself in.
I mean, that's the thing at the grocery store. I was sniffing the soaps. I was picking them up like.
But if you do it this way, it's greatness. Like, you just go off by yourself. You just let your significant other be. And you just find the candles. And you slowly and methodically just pop the lid off, put it up to your face, close your eyes, take a big inhale, and just make the loudest noises you can.
Actually,
the looks you will get from women like
that already actually happened. Because if you look in front of you, we have a Pier 1 Aegean Breeze candle. Because Pier 1's going out of business. She bought all these picture frames and like table runners. I had an armful of these candles because they're like 70% off. I grabbed it. Oh yeah, like
yeah. There you go.
She just looked at me. He's like, "What are you doing?" I had like just a big tower of candles.
I need these.
I said, "Don't you judge me. I like for my house to smell nice." Yeah, like just getting older. It's just you like.
I don't think it has nothing to do with age. Like
you like to feel fancy,
Yeah, you just like smelling nice.
Mm-hmm.
Is what it is.
Mm.
I mean, there's been many a times that I've lived in some questionable barracks that probably should have been condemned that had that like old, I mean, you were in the Air Force, you probably wouldn't know, but anyway, they had the...
Aren't you in the Air Force right now?
You bite your tongue.
You're sitting in an Air Force uniform right now across from me.
But anyways, like they have like that old...
Scott just got back from drill, by the way.
That old barracks funk, and like we would be like specifically go to the like...
You mean like that slightly tangy, sweaty smell?
You know, that general black mold smell.
Ass,
you know?
and Axe body spray?
Yeah, right. So like we would get a scented candle of some sort at the PX and light it up and leave it in our room like we weren't supposed to.
Mm. Now that reminds me of basic training because those barracks, it all smelled the same because it's just sweaty, 18-year-olds. And God, they put us on that. I don't come to think about it, I'm trying to think if we actually talked about this before when we had Mr. Hollow out here with us. But we all had to have the same smell. And our squad leader, for whatever reason, because it was the early 2000s, picked, like we had to use Axe body spray because it was just a spray. But we all had to have the same one in basic.
You're allowed to buy that?
Well, that was, instead of a deodorant, they're like, because the deodorant was an inspectable item, as was the Axe body spray deodorant. And there were more gigs that you could get on a stick of deodorant. Like if you didn't clean the rim of it from putting it on your arms.
Okay, I see.
One of the blue rope guys came around and like looked at your shit, and you might lose your liberty, or they smoked the whole bay for it. So we got the Axe body spray because all you got to do is make sure it's the little lock is turned on it because they had that little click lock. As long as it was locked, that was the whole thing. So we all got assigned the smell Apollo. And to this day, I cannot
classic.
Like it makes me it turns my stomach when I smell it. And it was funny because the squad leader that picked it, like he's like, we're gonna do Apollo. I'm like, all right, whatever. And I was like, it's not bad. But after like 3 weeks of it, you're like, God, it just mixes with the smell of sweat and everything, and it actually makes you sick. So what had happened was we got a new squad leader, and it was too late for us to really change the scent. But he's like, he's going to go talk to the TI, to our training instructor, drill instructor, whatever you want to call it. So he got authorization to buy 1 bottle of like Body Splash. And it was like this frilly, girly, foo-foo, like...
Was it bod?
It was like a fruity girl spray. And every night, he'd walk through the bay just going... Tss, 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 tss. And we all be running, hey man, hit my pillow with it, hit my pillow with it. And he'd like hose your pillow down with it. And I don't know what was in that stuff. I can't remember the name of it. But to this day, I remember we all agreed it just smelled like your girlfriend's hair. Like your girlfriend, your wife, your significant other, that person you love, and you just you just smell their hair and their shampoo smells all nice. Just think about that smell. You nailed it. That was that smell.
Now that I think about it, I can totally identify with that, because when you're put in situations where you're kind of without your significant other or any type of contact of the opposite sex, and forgive me ladies for saying this, but like you just kind of like...
You miss them.
Yeah. For like a better word, like you just kind of get in a strange place in your head, all right? So one thing I noticed is like, yeah, we would have females in the military and, in our units, but they're normally in the same position we are, like using the same type of like
Man, that makes me wonder, do you think that they had like an Axe body spray that they would spray that reminds them of their man?
I'm not sure. I've never really asked one. But the point I'm trying to make is like there'd be certain places we'd go where there'd be civilians, and this doesn't matter whether it's stateside or overseas, but like just the effect that a woman's perfume would have on your mind was like insane. Like when you've been like 6 months and you haven't really had any contact with females, and one walks by you and it has like whatever amazing perfume, you're like, wow, that was awesome.
Lady in red.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
What was we called them the shinies. That's what our instructors called them. He's like, stop staring at the shinies. And they called them the shinies because we were all 18 years old. Like we're all like fresh out of high school, give or take a few years there. And you'd all be in formation. And then the female like flight for us would come by and they'd be marching. But the females were all like, they were sweaty because it was San Antonio in July. But it was just all the oils that you produce as a teenager. And they're just all like super shiny because their hair's pulled real tight. So it's just the shine, like everything, like their whole face is shiny. And everybody there was like, "Oh wow, look at that! They're beautiful."
Your standards do change sometimes. They're situational.
Oh God, yeah.
But this, I just remember that so intensely. Like this was just strange to me. That's how a scent can have that kind of effect on you.
Mm-hmm. And see, that boils down for me coming back to fall. Like the pumpkin spice coffee that I get from Dunkin' Donuts. Like this Player One coffee, by the way, I don't think we even really rated it. It was good.
Mm-hmm.
It's a solid mid-grade again. I need to get a dry erase board or something, and we can actually put it up and rank these coffees. You know
Yeah,
what I
we
mean?
could have like the
top 10s or something.
The AP poll or whatever.
Yeah, something. But every time I drink that pumpkin spice coffee, it just makes me think of the crisp air and pumpkin pie and Thanksgiving and Halloween and everything tied in with it. And I drink that coffee, and in between the smell of it and the taste, I just genuinely get happy just by drinking it.
Comfort food.
Yeah, I never really understood until really I actually got older what comfort food really did. Like it was just, I mean, it's fantastic.
I've noticed that too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like when you're deprived of certain foods, like you'd think, you know, when you're deployed for a while, you'd be like, oh man, I really want a really good steak. But most of the time it's like, that Whopper.
Yeah.
Miss the Whopper.
Mm-hmm. Not even the Impossible one, but the OG one. Like,
comfort food.
Comfort food. Well, hell, I think I got some comfort food today coming because the old lady, she got out of work and she had to run to the grocery store to grab a couple things that I forgot because, you know, I'm stupid. That's what I was like, you don't have to do it. I'll be fine. Oh, I'll get it. Okay. But she's like, what do you want me to pick up something for dinner? I'm like, yeah, sure. And so we were thinking of things that were on the way home. And I was like, Subway, meatball sub. I haven't had one of them in so long. Like I'm doing so good eating healthy. Like last night I had me a cauliflower pizza, which, man, if you don't eat those a lot, or if you're sensitive to all the fiber and cauliflower, it'll blow your O-ring out. It's got some fiber to it and some really, really deadly farts.
I have a question for you. Would you consider yourself old if you get to the point where you watch a Metamucil commercial and think, I might pick that up?
No, because I have honestly thought about Metamucil.
Because I'm at that point.
Well, here's the thing, though. Is like I've heard that the more fiber you got in you get the clean poop.
Right.
Like you get them because it saturates, Metamucil helps saturate your intestines, your lower intestines with water.
Right.
Which helps lube the bullet up as it goes out the chamber. So it's like a nice clean paintball gun just shooting a pellet out instead of like that dirty paintball barrel when you shoot it and it just the paintball explodes in the barrel and just get.
Thanks for that visual.
Yeah,
Thanks.
see, it's
very
really
helpful.
good. Yeah. A Titman 98 custom anus. Your butthole explained with the Titman paintball gun.
So I saw one of them commercials last night, and like that's pretty much what it looked like. It was just like Drano for your intestine.
Yeah.
Like, man, that'd be cool.
Does it have like the same little S like in a
in
a drain? Oh man, it really got that clog of hair out of there like Drano does.
Push over plunge.
I forgot about that. Those guys are still around, by the way. We're referencing Djibouti Dubs. They're a YouTube channel out there that they got started doing voiceovers. They dub over with their own voices, guys like Billy Mays and then that English dude that I can't ever think of his name. If you guys haven't heard of Djibouti Dubs, definitely check them out. They're on the YouTube. But yeah, they're still around dubbing stuff. Like they dub movies now. Like one of the funniest ones I seen was they dubbed I Am Kazam with Shaquille O'Neal as when he was the genie.
Nice.
By the way, watch that movie. It didn't age well. It's kind of awkward, really, when you look at it. You're like, what is happening here?
What do you think of when you think of a movie that did age well? 'Cause there's not very many of them.
Big Trouble in Little Chinatown. Aged fantastically.
Yeah.
Over the Top. Fantastic.
Goonies.
Oh, God. If I swear, like, they are talking about remaking that movie. And I'm pretty sure we've talked about this in passing on the show before, but if they remake that and call it a reboot, and like it's just gonna piss me off. Because that movie was perfect. Leave it. Don't touch it. Look, Hollywood, come up with something new to do. Quit taking the old good shit and turning it into new bad shit.
Yeah, there's some magic you just can't recreate.
Oh no, like can you imagine them trying to remake that movie now? Imagine trying to remake.
Impossible.
You Data couldn't be Asian.
No.
And because he'd be too stereotypical because he talks, oh, booty twap, he can't say that. because that'd probably be xenophobic. Chunk, you couldn't call him Chunk because, that'd be fat shaming. He can't do the truffle shuffle. So, like, he
couldn't have Sloth because that's making fun of handicapped people.
Yeah, couldn't have Sloth. God, please don't. Please, Hollywood, don't remake that movie. Just let it sleep. We've really talked about next to nothing on this show.
I know. I'm sorry. We're letting you down, folks.
I mean, we've had a few little tangents here and there, but, this is mainly like the bullshit episode. I don't even know how I'm going to timestamp this thing.
So, another movie I think that's aged well. I'm not a big fan of, but my better half really likes Hocus Pocus.
Oh, wow. I forgot about that movie. That's Disney, isn't it?
I don't know if it was a Disney movie, but it's on Disney Plus now.
Yeah. That is a Disney movie. This one had the talking cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. I'm out of coffee. Damn it.
Yeah, me too. I'm kind of upset about that.
I already had 2 cups of it. There should be another one there.
But it's not right here.
I know, it's in there. It's down the hall.
Need a coffee shelf in here.
Oh, I know.
Why can't we blow up and have like a full-blown studio with like a coffee station?
Hey, look, man, if I actually rented this studio out, I could probably make some money off of it. Which I'm actually, I got more USB-C on order here too, because of that death trap over there next to the door where the drive's at.
Is there a market for that kind of thing?
Oh yeah, amateur musicians would love a place to record. Like, there's a lot of local musicians. Like, I know a couple guys that have asked me when I'm getting this thing up and running a while back to say, hey, I'd like to use it to record. We have the setup to do so. My God, this.
Are you going to be the mixologist?
I'd have to be. This, like, we're running this Focusrite is an 18i8, which means it has 18 different inputs. You can put 4 different microphones, and then like 14 different other doodads of musical.
I was going to nod my head like I understand what you're saying.
4 microphones plus like amps and guitars and keyboards, and like the setup's fine. The room would be a little tight because I actually I want to buy a keyboard and put it right there.
For sound effects?
No, an actual like a piano keyboard.
Okay.
Because I play a little bit, and I've been wanting to get back into it.
Tickle the ivories?
I do tickle the ivories a little bit.
I
also been playing harmonica for like 25 years.
Sometimes I debate getting into another musical instrument. I used to play a little guitar when I was younger. Forgot most of it, but I don't think I have that kind of time to dedicate to an instrument.
I don't know. I picked up the ukulele in a year just sitting around fucking with it because I can't really even read sheet music. I play by ear. Harmonica, like I said, I've been doing that for 20, 25 years, and that's all self-taught.
How are you on the kazoo?
Oh, fantastic. Have to put a wet floor sign down for the ladies when I break out the old kazoo. By ladies, I mean my future wife.
Do you serenade her?
With a kazoo. I'll break out a kazoo at the wedding reception. Like,
little baby, Kenny G.
Baby, I made you this song. And I just picture the look on her face like, I'm going to kill you.
You just married that.
Yeah. Baby, I bet you didn't know you was marrying this musician. Well, guys, it looks like we're all out of time here on This Evening Tonight. It's been another banger right here on Season 3. I'm certain there's just plenty for everybody to talk about after listening to this. But don't forget all those different ways you can listen. The list is growing. You can check us out on Amazon, TuneIn, iHeart Radio, Stitcher, Spotify, Sounder, Google Podcasts, iTunes, and the YouTube. So thanks again for stopping by. Thanks for tuning in. And until we see you here next time on the show, peace out.
Yeah.